For more on this, we're joined now by Mike Dixon from the University of Guelph. He's the founder of the Space and Advanced Life Support Agriculture Program and an expert in space exploration. Professor, what does this mission mean for the future of Canadian space exploration?
Well, we listened very intently this morning, the folks in the lab, as they were announcing the first Canadian to leave Earth orbit. Very exciting, and I'm happy for Jeremy to join that crew. In terms of how it plays out with us here at the University of Guelph, we've been in this program. I guess we've been studying and using the technical pull of having to go to the moon and Mars and grow food for human life support as an agenda for us for 30 years now. So finally, we get to exploit our technical expertise and assist with some Canadian contributions to long-term missions on the moon and Mars.
What does it say to you that NASA went with a Canadian instead of an astronaut from another nation?
Well, Canada and the Canadian Space Agency and NASA have been close collaborators and partners in space exploration for a long time now. The history of our technical contributions to space exploration, to Earth observation, RadarSat, the Canadarm, of course, and the life support stuff, the food production stuff. Canada comes by some leadership in that area, quite honestly, because this is a pretty harsh environment to try and grow food, Canada. And so the technologies we've evolved around that objective are perfect for going to space. The next worst place after a snowbank in Canada is the surface of the moon to try and grow some food. The technologies that we're working on and have been for a long time now are appropriate for the harsh environments of space, but we have some pretty harsh environments here in Canada as well. Canada's north suffers from what we'll call a food security issue that can be addressed with the technologies that we've been evolving to grow food on the moon, of all places. So it has just really in the last little while become both technically and economically feasible to develop food production systems that are suitable for Canada's far north and that harsh environment.
Does this mean that one day soon we'll see a Canadian walking on the moon?
Absolutely. And I intend to grow barley on the moon. So we have a long ways to go, but we're making great strides. We work very closely with the Canadian Space Agency and the aerospace sector represented by Canadensis, a company in Canada. So we've been designing and developing systems, testing all the bits and pieces, the technology requirement. When you go to space, you can't throw anything away. So we have to figure out how to recycle everything. We're not really very good at it yet here on Earth, but the technologies that we develop to do that on the moon will serve us very, very well here on Earth as we go forward.
Are you disappointed that they're not landing on the moon?
Yeah, I kind of, let's giddy up, but we'll do it. And before very long, we'll have automated robotic missions there. There's a lot of questions that we have before we can lay out full-scale life support systems, food production systems on the moon, where we have to make all the mistakes before we get to Mars, where you can't really make a mistake on Mars.
Thanks so much for joining us, Professor.
My pleasure, Kelly.